All right, my friend, the countdown is officially on. The 2025 NFL Draft is just around the corner, and if you're a Chiefs fan like me, you can probably feel that mix of excitement and anxiety in the air. We're sitting at pick number 31. Sounds familiar, right? That late first-round life is something we've gotten used to with all this success. But this year, things feel different. Let's get real. The offensive line has been an ongoing saga ever since Eric Fisher left. Yeah, we've patched things up here and there, but that left tackle spot? It's been like a revolving door. And with Patrick Mahomes as the cornerstone of this franchise, we cannot afford to keep playing roulette with his blind side. Not anymore. You've seen what happens when Mahomes doesn't have time to throw. Heck, just think back to that Super Bowl against the Bucs. Now imagine a full season of pressure like that. Terrifying, right? That's exactly why this draft could be the turning point. 2025 might be the year we finally lock in that long-term answer at left tackle. And here's the catch. Sitting at 31 means we might miss out on the top-tier talent unless something big happens. Are we really just going to wait and hope someone falls to us? Or is Veach cooking up something bold? Let me hit you with a quick poll right now. Head to the comments and tell me this. Should the Chiefs stick with pick 31, or should we shake things up? Drop a S if you want to stay put, or a B if you think it's time to be bold and move up. Also, before we dive deeper into what Veach might be planning, do me a favor. If you're all in on keeping Mahomes upright in 2025, hit that like button right now. And don't forget to subscribe. We're gunning for 4,000 Chiefs fans, and you could be the next to join this incredible community. Let's keep building this kingdom together. Ready to see what's behind the curtain? Let's talk about Veach's next move. All right, buckle up. Because if the latest reports are true, Brett Veach is not about to sit quietly at pick 31. According to Matt Miller from ESPN, the Kansas City Chiefs are one of the teams actively exploring a trade-up in the first round of the 2025 NFL Draft. And guess what? The position they're eyeing is none other than offensive tackle. That's right. The front office is looking to fix the exact hole we've been talking about for years. Here's the direct quote from Miller's piece. Kansas City has an obvious need at offensive tackle and is interested in moving up the board. Now, that's big. But it gets even more interesting. The Chiefs aren't just window shopping. They have a very real incentive to leapfrog a few teams ahead of them. Why? Because several franchises sitting between picks 25 and 30 are also tackle needy. Think Houston, the Rams, and possibly even Green Bay. If Veach wants to land his guy, he might need to make a move by pick 23 or 24. And this isn't the first time we've seen Veach pull off a move like this. Just last year, he traded up with the Bills to draft W.R. Xavier Worthy, who's now poised to be a huge weapon for Mahomes. So yeah, the man has zero fear when it comes to shaking things up on draft night. Oh, and in case you're wondering if the Chiefs are really ready to upgrade the position, they just signed offensive lineman Jalen Moore a few days ago. Not exactly a headline grabber, but the timing is interesting. It almost feels like a depth move. Maybe because they're about to bring in a rookie starter. Now let's talk about you. Imagine, it's draft night. Chiefs are on the clock, but wait, they've traded up. Are you hype or hesitant? Jump in the comments right now. Type T if you think the trade-up is the right move, or P if you'd prefer we play it safe and pick at 31. And while you're there, don't forget to hit that like button if you're enjoying the breakdown so far. Every like helps push this video to more members of Chiefs Kingdom. Let's keep this momentum going. Next up, let's talk targets, specifically one name that keeps popping up. Could Kelvin Banks Jr. be the future of our offensive line? Okay. Let's get into the big name that's heating up the Chiefs' draft radar, Kelvin Banks Jr. If you follow college football even a little, you know this dude is a monster. Standing 6'4", 324 pounds, and playing left tackle at Texas, Banks has been a consistent force on the Longhorns' O-line. He's protected Quinn Ewers' blind side like a pro, and now he's being projected as a top 25 pick in the 2025 NFL Draft. So why are the Chiefs locked in on him? Let's break it down. The Chiefs have a solid situation on the right side with Jawan Taylor, but left tackle has been a revolving door. Donovan Smith filled in admirably last year, but he's not the long-term answer. Wanya Morris? Still a question mark. If Veach wants a guy Mahomes can trust for the next decade, Kelvin Banks might be the answer. Analysts love him. They're calling Banks one of the most pro-ready linemen in college football. He's got a violent punch-and-pass protection, quick feet, and elite recovery skills. In other words, he checks every single box for what Andy Reid looks for in a tackle. And here's where it gets juicy. Because remember how we said the Chiefs are looking to trade up? If Banks starts slipping even a few spots past the top 15, Veach could pounce. It would take some draft capital, sure, but this is the same front office that traded up for Mahomes. If they believe in the guy, they're going to go get him. Plus, there's a wild stat floating around. When Mahomes has consistent tackle play, his sack rate drops by over 40%. That's not just about keeping him upright, it's about keeping the dynasty alive. So here's a fun poll for you. If the Chiefs trade up for an O-lineman, is Kelvin Banks Jr. your top choice? Type KB in the comments if you're all in on Banks. Or drop a name you like better. We love hearing your draft crushes. And hey, if you're watching this thinking it's just a tackle, remember this. Mahomes is the franchise. Protecting him isn't optional, it's the entire game plan. Next chapter. Let's zoom out. How does this move fit into the bigger puzzle? What's Veach's end game here? All right, so we've talked about Mahomes, the O-line needs, and the rising star Kelvin Banks Jr. But now it's time to connect the dots. This isn't just about a left tackle. This is about Brett Veach doing what he always does, staying 2 steps ahead of the NFL. Think about it. The league is getting faster, more aggressive, and more chaotic. Defenses are stacking the edges with freak athletes, trying to get to Mahomes before he can work his magic. So what does Veach do? He starts building the wall before the storm hits. He's not reacting, he's anticipating. And that's the key to this entire strategy. If the Chiefs go after a guy like Banks, it's not because they have to, it's because they want to lock in elite protection before it becomes a problem. That's Veach in a nutshell. He doesn't wait until the O-line falls. Apart mid-season, he drafts, develops, and dominates. And let's be real, there's also a contract angle here. Veteran tackles cost serious money. With Mahomes, Chris Jones, and other stars on the books, Veach needs a few top-tier talents on rookie contracts. Grabbing a guy like Banks in the draft means getting elite production for 4 to 5 years at a fraction of the cost. That's how dynasties stay dynasties. Also, this move would ripple out beyond just the offensive line. With stronger pass, protection. Andy Reid can cook up deeper, slower developing plays. Mahomes gets more time. The receivers get more time to separate. Suddenly, even a young WR core looks deadly. It's a domino effect, and it starts with the guy protecting the blind side. So what we're seeing here? It's not just Veach fixing a need, it's Veach loading the clip for another Super Bowl run. Let's throw it to the comments. Do you think this strategy keeps KC on top? Or are there other positions you'd rather prioritize in 2025? Drop OL Master Plan if you're with Veach, or hit us with your alternative take. You know we're reading everything. Up next, final chapter. How would a move like this shape the legacy of Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs moving forward? So let's bring it home. Chiefs Kingdom. If Brett Veach pulls the trigger on a player like Kelvin Banks Jr., we're not just talking about patching up an offensive line. We're talking about legacy-defining protection. For Mahomes, for Reid, for the entire dynasty. Here's the truth. Mahomes already has 2 rings. He's already in the Hall of Fame conversation. But the GOAT talk, that comes with longevity and sustained dominance. And that starts with one thing, staying upright. Look at what happened to other elite QBs. Andrew Luck, beat to a pulp. Cam Newton, never the same after years of hits. Even guys like Russell Wilson and Aaron Rodgers slowed down once their lines collapsed. But Mahomes, He's got Veach, and if Veach delivers a franchise tackle, it could mean 10 more years of MVP-level play. That's the kind of protection that builds a statue outside Arrowhead. It's about building an era, not just a season. Kelvin Banks Jr. could be the anchor of the next wave of Chiefs football. Imagine 5, 6, 7 years of Mahomes dropping back with clean pockets, dissecting defenses while young stars grow up around him. That's how you keep a team at the top of the AFC when everyone else is scrambling just to keep up. This is also why Veach is so different. He doesn't just chase shiny objects, he builds sustainable excellence. Drafting Banks isn't flashy. It's not going to dominate SportsCenter for a week. But 5 years from now, we might look back and say, that was the pick that kept the window open. It's moves like these that separate great teams from dynasties. This isn't just about the 2025 season. It's about writing the next chapter of Chiefs dominance. About making sure when Mahomes hits age 35, he's still torching defenses. Because he has the protection to do it. So now it's your turn. What do you think? Could a move like this cement Mahomes' legacy as the greatest ever? Or do you think we still need one more elite WR or defensive stud before that conversation really kicks in? Let us know in the comments. And if you're all in on Veach's vision, type "Build the Wall" below. We'll be watching. And that's it for today, Chiefs fans. Smash that like button, subscribe if you bleed red and gold, and stay tuned, because the next big Chiefs move, it could be right around the corner.